Welcome to this performance testing with JMeter Core to Advanced level course, right? And this course will be added with the with other contents like Java, which will be BeanShell, JSR 2 to 3, Groovy. We will do all the scripting and execution from real-time perspective, right? We will be using real live applications. Apart from that, we will have the extra knowledge also on web, API, app, right? The database, Jenkins, Grafana, InfluxDB, server, UI, and even if you want to practice, it means when you have any doubt while doing the practice, we have the institute has the assistant who will be helping you in doing that. Okay. So next, let me know if I'm very loud and clear. Let me increase my volume. Yeah. Okay. So today agenda will be like we will do please mute yourself. Okay. So today's we will have just introduction of the performance testing and JMeter, right? So this course is performance testing with JMeter. JMeter is a performance testing tool. Then we will learn. We will see why to learn JMeter. I'll talk about myself, benefits of the course, and highlights. Even though course content is shared with you guys, but I'll do give a overview. Right, we'll see what application will be used, and then I'll take your inputs, right, and queries. So see, many of you guys will be either fresher or will be working in some of the domain or some area, right? So we have software development and software testing, correct? So in software, like when the software development is there for any application, everything, parallelly software testing will be there. Now software testing has two parts or two types we can say. One is functional and non-functional, right? So if I go to the next slide, if you see this functional and non-functional. So this performance testing is a part of non-functional testing. Okay. Now we'll just understand. First, we'll understand a brief difference between functional and non-functional. So if we talk about this, see, let us take a real-time example. So suppose a car is being developed and then if it's being tested, obviously everything is getting tested, gets tested, right? So uh, like each component, okay, if it gets tested individually for its working behavior or for its functionality, correct, then that is part of functional testing. Okay, but if the whole car, whole thing, when it's complete, and then we take it to the road and we check the performance by running it or running out a highway for many days, right? And then we check everything with. So that's where this is non-functional. Okay, because here the performance comes in picture, right? So here we take everything uh, overall picture and then we say. So this performance thing is everywhere. It's everywhere in our life. Everywhere it's there, right? So this performance word. So same thing, if we try to understand it from application point of view. So suppose this is uh, uh, a login, right, feature of Gmail, let us say, right? If you see, correct, Gmail login looks like this only. So suppose, so every application when it gets tested, right? So functionality wise, suppose if this part uh, needs to be tested. So what the tester or the test cases will look like is like the people will the tester, right, will be testing it, will check for this the inputs of this field and then this field. They will check like many things, many test cases comes in picture. Okay. So if you are from testing background, you will be much aware of that. Uh, Let us say like suppose the email ID which we are entering, uh, generally you will see that suppose we if we do not enter at the rate, okay, it will give a error, right? It will give a error everywhere nowadays. It will say that the email ID is not correct, right? Like that. So that is one case, right? Then password. Then if I click on sign in button, whether the user is getting sign in or not, right, properly. So this kind of thing, uh, the length of the character and all those things. So this all stuff comes as a testing the functionality of that application. Okay. So likewise, every application has its own feature, its own functionality, correct? Every part of the thing. So testing it, that whether it's working fine as expected or not, right? That is functional testing. Okay, right? What comes in non-functional is, in non-functional we do not bother about the this stuffs. Okay, we just bother about from performance point of view. Performance and security. In non-functional, two types of testing comes: performance and security. So there we will just be bothering about, like, just put the username and put the password and hit the sign in button, and how much time it is taking, right? How much time? Response time. You must be heard, right? Response time. If one user is doing, if 1,000 users is doing, like if 10,000 users is doing that sign in, how much time it is taking? Correct. So that's why these things comes as non-functional. Okay, non-functional, because we are dealing with the performance of the application. Why the application is being designed? Why that part is designed? Right. Same way, suppose if you place an order online, correct, or through any ordering app. So generally, testing of thing will be like every steps it will be tested, whether correct order is getting generated or not, whether correct item is getting delivered or not, everything, right? But when the same thing goes as a part of performance testing, uh, we will just be bothered like how much time, okay, how much time it's taking to be to get everything processed so that the customer is happy, right? So that is the difference between functional and non-functional, basically. Now functional testing is done using two ways, okay, manually and through automation. So you must have heard of automation tools, right? So like Selenium, very famous, APM for mobile apps, Cypress, Protector, Tosca, HPAFT, these all things. So manually when we do, it's a manual testing, and that's what you must have heard of, manual tester. And then the same thing when we do it using tool, right? There are tools. These tools are there. So that time that is called as automation testing. Basically, these tools are used for functional testing only through since the tool is used, right? A kind of tool is used. It's getting automated. We call it as automation, right? But automation generally in market, what you heard, Selenium, all those things, APM, so that are used for doing the functional testing only, right? Now, coming to non-functional testing, again, we have performance and security, as I said, and these are also done through tool only. So if you see, these are also kind of automation only, but of automation of non-functional. Okay, non-functional. Because since here also tool is used, we do not do it manually. At least functional testing we do it manually also, and we do it through automation also, through tools. But here we do not do it manually. There are tools, right? So, these are the two parts of non-functional. Security testing is totally different domain, totally different stuff. Okay, and performance testing is there, right? It's uh, it's generally it's part of any testing job, right? So what are the tools that are available in market to do the performance testing? Are like load runner is there, storm runner is there, load runner cloud is there, silk performer, new load, right? IBM RPT, WAPT, VSTS, OATS, Gatling, Lucas, K6, and you see JMeter is there. So now you got the idea, right? What is JMeter? So JMeter is a tool, like how Selenium is a tool to do the automation functional testing of any application. So in same way, JMeter is a tool to do the performance testing of any application, right? Other tools are also there, but we are going to learn a JMeter. See, out of these many tools that I have listed here, there is a tool called Load Runner, right? It's a very famous tool also, but it's a it's a commercial tool. Okay, and what is the meaning of commercial? It's like uh, you have to use it. You have to pay for it to use it, right? Uh, just a second. Open text. Now this is owned by a company called Open Text. So it means that what, like how nowadays any software we are using, we have to pay for that, right? Even Windows, right? Anything, correct? Most of the software now we use, we have to this Microsoft PowerPoint and all those things. We have to pay for it, right? Go right nowadays everything. So same way, to use the load runner, you have to buy the license and then use it, and it's a very costly. Okay, and currently it's owned by a company called Open Text. Right. But since the market is for open source, and what is the meaning of open source? If we come to the definition of the open source, there is a very detailed, very elaborative definition is there for open source. But I'll not go to that definition because it will not go directly to the mind. I'll just give a overview. Open source means free to use. Okay, free to use in a simple sense. Like how we Linux, you must have heard of Linux operating system. All are free to use, right? But when we have Windows, we have to buy it. Like that. So same way, JMeter is a tool which is open source. It's free to use. Here also, I'll tell. See, this Selenium, APM. Okay. Uh, these two tools actually are open source only. That's why they are very famous. Earlier, very long back, 10 years, around 10 to 12 years back, this HP UFT was there. HP, HP company, they have this tool called UFT. So it was very famous in market, and that was a paid tool used for doing the functional testing, right? But later, slowly, Selenium came and it took the market. Okay, and then this Tosca and this Tosca and these are newly, they have came up newly, but this was a very famous tool long back. But since it was a commercial, right, and then Selenium APM came, so now they took the market, and the market of this is going, it's almost gone only. So same way, these stuffs are there. So from here to here, that all you see till here, these all are paid tools only, and to use them, we have to buy the license. And for cost cutting, right, and since open source tools are available and they do the things very well, right, companies prefer them. So that's what we have here, JMeter. It's like Selenium. How Selenium is taking the market in automation world. So for functional testing, JMeter is taking the market for functional testing, for non-functional testing, or you can say performance testing of the application in the market, right? And here are two, three more tools are also there, which are open source, like Gatling, Locust, and K6. But if you ask why we will not go with them, why this course is only with JMeter, because these tools have uh, if we compare the features of JMeter with this, they have JMeter has more advanced feature than these three tools. Okay, plus JMeter requires very less coding, only 20 to 30% coding is required in JMeter. But these all tools require very good knowledge of coding. Like Gatling is used, um, I think Scala. Okay, Scala is kind of Java only. Locust is Python. Python. You will be needing Python language to use, and K6 is JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript. So this challenge is there, right? So that's why, and JMeter, the 20 to 30% only we need coding, and that too also Java code, right? Java code. So that's why in course content you have seen Java. So whatever the use cases, most of the used use cases, I'll be teaching using the Java language, right? The same Java language is also referred as BeanShell, Groovy, or JSR 223, right? Only the modules change are there. Any person from programming, he will be knowing much of that, but at the core of everything, Java is there. Like how I said Scala. Scala I use for Gatling, but at the core of Scala we have Java only. Okay, but these all are very coding required tools. You have to know coding. JMeter and load runner doesn't need that much of coding, right? Only in 20 to 30% of case. So that is why we have JMeter. And there are some keywords we have to remember. I'll be talking with uh, about them later also, like defect, bug is there, then bottlenecks, vulnerabilities, right? So these are some testing keywords used in our testing domain. Why performance testing is needed? So since every testing is needed, okay, the functional, the performance, the security, everything is needed. Security, like whether any application can be breached, can be penetrated or not, right? So security testing is also needed. Functionality wise, we have to check whether the whatever the developer has developed, it's as per expected or not. So functional, we do the functional testing, right? It's the same way performance wise. Why performance? Because people are going to use, right? So we have to be aware, like if 1000 people or 10,000 people are going to use that application, so whether my application is responsive or not, right? Fast, like it's very responsive or not, right? So like you can see here that suppose today's market is a market of competition, right? So let us say if the performance, if you are doing something on Amazon and if you see the pages are slow, right, things not coming up very fast, then obviously you'll feel what will feel irritated and you'll move to the other application that are available, right? Um, so in that way, what will happen? The people will this Amazon will lose its business, right? Revenue and everything. So that's why this thing is there. Okay. So that's why this testing needs to be done before before that application goes on to be used by the users, right? What are the error or performance counter that we see? Based on that we decide that the application performance is not good, like it will be slow to respond, it will stuck while browsing. You'll see these kind of errors like 500 bad gateway, timeout, server is down, server not found, service temporarily. And so these kind of um, errors, when it comes, right, we say that the performance is not good. So here I have kept some real time examples where um where because of the performance issue, they will they this they are some big companies, they lost the business. So for one example I'll read out, maybe it will not be understandable now, later you will be able to understand. So let us say that Amazon is very big organization and it's very long, right? It's coming, it's like 20 30 years old organization. So in 2030 13 its application was down for 30 minutes, right? So as a result of that it was losing this much business. Now what is the meaning of that is like uh, uh, that let us say per second, if Amazon is doing a business of this much, right, that is their revenue. And if it is down for 30 minutes, so it's losing that money, right? So that's what. So this is how the things uh, gets lost, like loss of revenue, loss of customer productivity, damage of brand, right? So same way we have example from our Flipkart also. You can read this news if you search. First time this Flipkart hosted Big Billion Day sale in 2014, right? And that was their first in India. They only bought Big Billion Day sale. Earlier it was not there. In 2014 they bought, right? So that time they hosted this sale and they were not expecting that like let us say their system was ready for only 1 lakh user, but out of sudden 5 lakh user came, right, for that sale. And because of that they were the customers were having a sale glitch, right? So that's why we have to make it ready before the real user come to use that application. We have to get it ready for that many users, that whether my application can support or not, right? So that for that only this performance testing is done, right? It's not only for response time, it's one for users also, that okay, I am expecting that 1 lakh user is coming for my application for 1 hour. So whether my system is able to handle that 1 lakh user on, and how within the expected response time, let us say within 2 seconds or within 3 seconds, they should get the response, right? Not more than that. Then only they will be happy. Okay. Now, so what is performance testing? I have given a brief, but now people have got the idea. It's like putting the user load on the application, testing its behavior in terms of response time and number of users, right? How much user it supports. Finding the problem, right? Whatever the problem we have seen just in previous slide, below the image of the truck, right? Some bottleneck point I have written. So those, right? So that is what performance testing. The main objective like speed, stability, scalability, and reliability are there. Like this defines the properties or feature of the application, that how speedy the application is, how stable the application is. Scalability says that if the extra, let us say my application is designed for 1 lakh, but if some extra are coming, whether application can handle or not. Then reliability means for prolonged period if you are using. So it should be available. It should not go down, right? Let us say nowadays every application runs for 365 days per hour per year, right? So it should be the application should be able to handle that much load, right? For that period. So that is what reliability. Now, why we need tool? Those JMeter tool or load runner, because manually we cannot do, right? So suppose you want to do the things manually, then any question I'll take in last, right? So please bear with me. So for 10 minutes more, this slide is going to end. Then I'll take the questions and other thing also. Right. Until then, please mute yourself. I do not see here option to mute all people in one go.
Hello, sir.
Hope my, hope my
Hello.
yes.
Yes, sir. Sorry to interrupt the session and sorry to interrupt you all. Just I have one question, sir. Currently, I'm
Uh-huh.
working in the company, so I'm new to the performance testing, and in next month, I have a task of performance testing. So my at user, I have one user that logins with the SMS login by OTP login, and only at one time one user can log in. And I want to test one API with 500 users. Is it available, or can we do that?
I'll answer that in last. After just beer, let me finish my flow. I'll take your query.
Yes, yes, yes. That's why I'm saying sorry.
Uh,
Okay.
so so why manually we cannot do? Let us say that if you want to test the, let us say we have a one application and you want to test it, anything, right? A product booking only on Amazon, so, right? You will be launching the Amazon.com, then you will be searching a product, you will be adding it to cart, and all those stuff we have to do, right? So if you want to get that tested from performance point of view, and if you want to do it manually, so let us say if you want to do it for 1,000 people, 1,000 users, so you can bring 1,000 real users and ask them, okay, start doing the same thing at same time, right? That is little bit feasible. But what if you want to do for 10,000, 1 lakh? From where you will bring these real users? right? Not possible. So that's why we get the tool in picture, right? We get the tool in the picture. Same thing happen in automation only. Why we are using automation tool? Why manually if we can do, then why because some activities are there which needs to be done repeatedly, and manually every time doing that will consume lots of time, right? So that's why we write the automation script using Selenium and other thing for functional testing. So same here, we cannot bring real users, right? Suppose 100, 200, 5,000, 500, 1,000 you can get, but what about 10,000? From where you will get, right? So we have tools. That's why we bring the tools. Now tool does what? They simulate the same real user behavior. Okay, like browsing the web page, login, submit any order. Then they generate the desired user load, as I said, whatever user load you want, you can generate, right? And then they check the response time and other performance matrices. We get the details from the tools, right? So actually, performance testing tools are a load generating tool simulating the real user behavior on the application. What real user will be doing, the tools also does. We have to just get the right thing done in the tool, the required thing, and the tool does the same thing like browsing, adding a product, submit, right? So here, that's why we need the tool, right? Because we cannot have the real users. Now, since we do not have the real user, right, the users generated by tool are called as virtual users. Okay, virtual user, V users, and we need a machine also to generate those user load. So that also we'll talk about more in detail. So those are called load generator machines, right? Now, so I'm almost coming to the end of today's topic, right? So what a tool will be doing, right? It will be doing a real user behavior simulation in form of scripting, user load generation, right? And then getting the performance test aesthetics and results, right? Fine. Then yeah, what we do generally in what are the phases that we do in performance testing are like scenario identification, script recording, enhancement, putting the load, execution, reporting, and result analysis. Right. Now, why we learn the JMeter, right? So these are the some features about JMeter that it's a currently purely open source performance testing tool. There is no uh, pure means uh, you do not need to pay anyone to use JMeter. Okay. Plus, it's that's what is free to use, no license needed. It's very light, very easy, very small file. It just download and use tool. Okay. Coding is required only in 20 to 30% of cases, as I discussed uh, uh, just uh, before now. Then it can be integrated with many other tools like Jenkins, Maven, and other thing. We can integrate the JMeter. Right. Market trend for JMeter tool is increasing because the companies are moving from load runner to JMeter because of this open source in nature, or you can say the cost cutting, right? Job is also increasing, right? And those from other testing background, they also need to learn performance testing. That's what the requirement is also increasing for full stack QA. That means you should know if you are aware of manual or automation, you should know of performance also. Okay. For developer also, it's required sometime in some organization, right? These are its testing capability. It can test the web application, web services, DB queries, page load testing we call EY, then FTP servers for file download and upload, email servers, and mobile apps. Okay, so this is a graph where you can see the jobs, then the users, which how many users are there for JMeter, how many jobs are there in which country, which company have more jobs on performance, right? So like you can say if in India, Cognizant, TCS, Infosys, Capgemini, these are more, right? Slowly. Now, so that what was the agenda? So I finished this, right? Why to learn JMeter? Then I'll just talk about myself. So my just a second. Myself, then benefits, and I'll just go through key highlights, and then I'll take the course questions, right? So my name is Vallav Kumar, right? I have 8+ of years of experience in performance only, basically on these tools. Currently, I work on Bangalore. I write article on Performetrics, right? I've trained till 3,000 of people till now. I am associated as trainers like many other institute. One is our research training solution, right? And about the course content benefits, right? So if you see the contents are also listed here. Okay. Uh, hope you people have got the link, right? Every details, day-wise topic, what will be covered every day, right? Um, on this website. I have taken many batches on ISA. Um, it's not first time. I was just on break for around 1.5 years. Then after 1.5 year, again I am starting. So we can see I think these all are my batch only. Okay. Uh, uh, these all videos are hidden, so people will not be able to see. But yeah, all are this June batch and thing. I think they have hidden the videos, but yeah, this all are my batches only. Okay, like here you can check. This is BeanShell batch. BeanShell or Java batch. So these all are my previous playlist. I'm just showing that uh, just as a trust, like you should have trust who is the trainer, like whether he has taken the batch or not. So just that's why I'm showing this. So like these many or playlists are there on YouTube. All videos are hidden because only the paid members they gets the access. But few playlists have those videos, 2 to 3 videos available. Here you can see this was um, since videos are hidden, even the date is not coming. But yeah, they are there.
It is
Okay,
not
this is
signed
July.
in, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I have not signed in, but uh, yeah, hidden means for me it will be available, but you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
cannot see
For
it.
us
Yeah.
who didn't pay, yeah.
Uh, okay, so that's what these are the I have taken this many batch, and this is the perf metrics, a very dedicated website, blog website where people write and many things. So I write article here also on this perf metrics. You will find an article written by me also on JMeter, right? Then on the same page, if you want to know the feedback about my course, so feedbacks are also written here. Right, you can go through them about my course, right? Before you decide to pay and join, right? Then again, my screenshot and other thing also have been shared in group, I guess. Then this is the application. Three application will be there. Here, two scenarios I'll be taking. Everything will be done through real time. Then there is one more this where we will do the login scenario and we'll check the stuff. These all are live. You can also use. And then we have this adaptin also. Uh, this one, right? So to do the scripting, yeah, we have three applications, right? And this is JMeter tool. This is how it looks. Okay. In detail, we will be learning how to. This is one scenario script. If you see here, uh, uh, yeah, right. This is how one scenario uh, detailed scripting. So this is what we are going to learn and how to make this, right? And then uh, a HTML report where we run. Let us say I've run this for a small number of users and the response times are here. What we observe from them, what errors, how to read them. So this all thing will be there, right? So that is what the the stuff. Now coming back, uh, this is my main PPT. Not this one here. This is my course content PPT, right? So if you go through that, it's a very long PPT with around 230 to 40 pages. Okay, right. So this is very detailed. The notes here you'll not get anywhere. Okay, that's our here. Then we have next. So benefits, right? Benefits. I think they are written here also. um, this is a little bit old. I've kept on website like around 70 hours of course will be there. Like it will be around 40 days. Okay, 40 days. All session will be carried online. Real-time examples will be there with real-time project scenarios and use cases example. Okay, 3 to 4 application modules will be used. Then yeah, you can crack any interview up to 2 to 3 years of experience after having this course. And also one more thing, no question will be asked on JMeter apart outside from this course. That is what my guarantee. Okay, no questions. Then we have all PPT notes, everything will be given, right? And you can also join any future batch. Uh, Also, if let us say in middle you have, if you have a problem, you can't join any of future mind batch or any person's batch you can join, right? If you have paid for this and you missed the session, so that is also there. Now, who can enroll, right? So anyone who want to learn performance testing from basic to advanced, he can enroll, right? And it does not require any prior knowledge, right? We will start from basic only, core. That's what basic means, core from beginning. Okay. So if you want to make a career also, you can join. Then if you have a basic knowledge emitter and want to have a depth knowledge, you can do. And the same thing if you have want to go in performance testing. Now coming to the course highlight, right? So this same thing that is there on a website. It's here also. Now, if I go and read each, right, so it may not be understandable because the keywords or the things they will be new, right? Maybe you will not be able to understand what I have written, correct? But just for the comparison purpose, like suppose why I have given here, uh, even the on website links also why it's there, like if people like everyone will do comparison, right? Whether so many institutes will be there, many persons will be teaching JMeter, and if you have to invest your 9,000 rupees, you will do R&D, correct? Whose course content is good, who is the good trainer, right? Whether my 9,000 is worth investing or not, right? So that's why I have kept it. So if you make your decision, you compare with other trainers, other institute, and whatever I have listed here, right? Just because if I go and read these words, you'll not be able to understand anything. Only those person who have little bit idea can understand. Otherwise, these all words are meaningless if I just read it out. Only time consuming, right? Just for comparison purpose from other institute, if you want one by one, you can compare. So I have just given in depth from here everything about JMeter performance testing, all the from real-time use cases, right? We have everything here in FluxDB distributed. Anything I miss, or if you have like whether this topic is covered or not, just to do Control F and search, everything will be you will find, right? The Little's law, the big billion day scenario, right? Java scenarios, where we will be using the code, right? So dedicated scenario will be there, functions and all this, right? So that is what uh, it's all written, right? Uh, we'll be using latest JMeter. Now, same course content. So that is this is the brief, and same is day-wise topic. I have breakdown. Okay, everything like day one what will be covered, day two what will be covered, right? In 3, 4, 5 days what we will be covering, and then again in 7, 8 what we will be covering like that. Walk through here from day 10 we'll be doing the main scripting, right? Correlation, regular expression, everything if you have heard of all thing are listed here. Okay. Then all the stuff, the use of functions. Then second scenario is scripting, regular expression in details. Okay. Right. Then here execution that are there in detail, understanding the report, the updates, the 90 percentile. Okay. Response code, bottlenecks, all those things. Then other thing related to JMeter like parameterizing the stuff, distributed testing, InfluxDB, Grafana, Jenkins, test suite and other stuff. Then here we'll be understanding the here execution precedency. These are all stuff related to JMeter. Then here there are around many elements are there. So the important elements I have listed all we will be covering right here. If you see here. Okay. Then yeah, from day 13 in last we'll be talking about the BeanShell. I have this many of use cases where we'll be writing code and we'll be understanding. So around 28 scenarios are there, right? We'll be seeing how where the code is used, how the code is used. Okay. Then in last two more on REST API and DB. Okay. And there will be pre-recorded videos which will be given on below topics. Right. So that I'm telling beforehand on Selenium then FTP because this thing remains same. They have never changed. Right. So since this session becomes very long, around 50 days, so and people do not have that many patience. So on these topics, pre-recorded means my last batch recorded video, which were the best videos on this topic, will be given, right? So those stuffs are there. Even if you have doubt, we will cover. Then we have functions, right? JMeter function around total 40 functions are there. We will be covering them while doing the scripting also. Okay, so this is what a very detailed, enhanced course content, right? From real-time perspective, all thing covered through from real-time perspective only, and this is job ready means uh, like how the things are done in real-time project inside a company. From that perspective, it will be covered. All the scenarios will be taken from that only, right? And again, I'm saying that you can easily crack 2 to 3 years of experience. And one more thing that no questions on JMeter will be asked. That that is not covered here. Okay, means no one can answer. No one will be able. What I'm saying that no questions. Okay, will be coming from JMeter apart from this course content. You'll be able to answer any question on JMeter asked by anyone. Right. So that is what the USP of this course. So that's done for today. Right. Means yeah. Today in the sense yeah for the demo session. Timing will be 9, right? 9:59, I think 9:00 till 10. Okay. Monday to Friday. Generally 40 days, 42, 40 days, 40 to 45, 42. Okay. So generally 4 days, 4 to 5 days a week it will be. Right. So that's done. So I've covered all these stuffs. Key highlight what application will be used, course time. Now I'll take your queries. So please come up with your queries.
Hi, Vallabh. This is Sumant here. Am I
Yeah,
audible?
so whatever the queries you have, now you can ask.
Yeah. Hello, Vallabh. This is Sumant here. Am I audible? Hello.
We can hear you. I'm
Hello.
not sure if.
Yeah, Sumant, we can hear you.
So this
If people are speaking on mute, you can unmute yourself. I'm not able to hear anyone.
you able to hear me? Even my question is pasted in the chat. If you can refer to it. Vallabh, hope you got my question.
Hello, I'm not able to hear anyone. Please
Sir,
unmute
can you hear me?
yourself.
Hello?
There is a lots of background noise from Sayyid Usman.
Pardon?
There is a background noise from Sayyid Usman, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please ask your query. We are done for today.
So I was asking that will this course cover Dynatrace, App Dynamics, Prometheus, Grafana, and all, and integration with Jenkins and how to integrate with the Kubernetes build, like the Docker build?
We will
Hello.
have Jenkins. Yeah, we will have Jenkins. Okay. InfluxDB, Grafana.
Okay. There won't be any tools like App Dynamics or Dynatrace to monitor
That is
reports.
different tool. That has nothing to do with this
Okay.
course. App Dynamics and Dynatrace are monitoring tool. They come in picture after test is done. So first year we will be doing learning testing. Okay. So for that a different trainer is there. You can enroll that course for App
So
Dynamics,
it is not
Dynatrace.
related with JMeter because I saw it in the Isha page. That's why I'm asking.
No, that's what many people gets confused. Okay, it has nothing to do with JMeter. They are there.
Okay.
These tools are there to monitor the server. Okay, JMeter is here to do the load. So, like when we put, let us say 1 lakh load, we are putting on a application on Flipkart. Then monitoring that Flipkart. Okay, what is happening? Where the code is having problem? Let us say Flipkart launch page is showing a response time of 10 seconds for 1 lakh user. Then where is the problem? So for that, then that separate tools comes in picture. Okay, so for those are App Dynamics, Dynatrace, right? For monitoring, they are for monitoring. They are not for load testing. Correct. So difference is there, and first stage starts with load testing of performance. Then monitoring, and again they are also paid tools. So many company uses them, many company do not use them, right? So that's what
So you told
they
some
are
other
all
tools also being integrated,
costly
right?
tools.
Like for example, InfluxDB and also why are they used? Like
InfluxDB
in what is the
for
context?
visualization, for visualizing your test, because JMeter, like let us say if your test is running, and on live if you want to see, let us say your test is running for 1 hour, and on the go for whole 1 hour you want to see, okay, my login this time how much it is taking, and then after 30 minutes how much is taking. Still test has not finished. For that purpose, this Grafana is used. Okay, so it's a visualization tool, you can say. There is a difference between monitoring and visualization. You can call this tool also as a monitoring, but in reality they are not monitoring tools, they are visualizing tools. Okay, like if you heard of Power BI, have you heard of Power BI?
Yeah,
Huh?
Tableau, Power BI,
Power
data visualization
Tableau,
stuff.
Power BI, what they does, they are taking the data and they are then taking data from somewhere else only, right? And then they are just representing them in a very beautiful graphical charts, right? Because data you cannot show to the client side, people will get what is this, but if you make that those charts beautiful, and if you click on those charts, then some information will come. So see, so that is what they are visualization tool, right? Tableau, Power BI, same thing, Grafana, Prometheus, they are visualization tool. Okay. Another thing you asked, yeah, Jenkins will be used here because that has to do pipeline, running a testing pipeline, so that will be covered. So anything related to JMeter is going to be covered, right? Kubernetes is again nothing. It has nothing to do with JMeter. Kubernetes is used to deploy an application, right? So what JMeter has to do with Kubernetes? I'd ask the query to yourself only. Then because JMeter is, or any tool is going to put the load on an application is hosted on Kubernetes. What is the link between this JMeter and that Kubernetes? No link, right? Link is there between application and Kubernetes. If you are an application developer, then you will be learning Kubernetes, right? Then Docker first time I am introducing in course content, so I'll see, right? Because there are requirements sometimes that you run your test on Docker. So I'll check for some commands, and that I'll try to cover.
Kubernetes is nothing but orchestration of Dockers, right? It is a cluster of Docker instances.
But it is used for what?
I suppose to manage your Docker containers.
No, but on that, what is kept?
We are building images, right, using Kubernetes, using YAML files. I suppose Jenkins, if we add, we write the CI/CD Jenkins YAML into
No,
our
no, but
Kubernetes
on
file.
Kubernetes on Docker, what you are keeping? Your application code only you are keeping, right?
Yeah, our pipeline code, YAML code.
For no, pardon. YAML code you are keeping on Kubernetes.
Isn't it for creating images?
Images of what?
Doc-
Images of that application.
Docker containers, yeah. Since this
Yeah,
course
that's
talked
what where
about
I'm
Docker
coming. In
containers,
Docker container, we keep the our application image only, right?
yeah. So Kubernetes is just an orchestration tool, right, for
Of
Docker containers.
for handling the Docker containers, yes.
Yeah, that's what.
So
Yeah.
basically, in containers, our application is there, right? In that,
Yes.
yes. So that's what where I'm coming, and you are handling those Docker through Kubernetes. So why I want to integrate my JMeter with that Kubernetes? So is there any link is there? No link, right? Unnecessary. There is nothing JMeter image or anything that should be built or that needs to be deployed. No, JMeter is a testing tool, right? It's not application that I'm going to build or deploy somewhere. No, it's not like that, right? So no role of Kubernetes with this JMeter. Even Docker is also not used, but but sometime in few cases like we can use Docker to as a load generator. That's what load generator is in picture, na? Right? You have seen. So there we can keep JMeter and run the test uh, to put load on the application. So that time Docker, because Docker also gives a platform only to run any application, right? Any application. So we can run JMeter on that and we can generate the load to put the load on application. Any other further query?
Hello.
Yes.
May I know when the course is going to get started? I mean, the date, start
From
date,
tomorrow
please.
only.
Okay. Uh, yeah, that is the only query.
Hello,
Someone,
sir.
yeah. Yes.
Yes. That's me, sir. Actually, I'm waiting for your response. I have one trading application, and one user can
Trading
log in but
application.
only for one trading application. That in
Mm-hmm.
cryptocurrency. So I have multiple networks to and multiple APIs, which is currently showing the current rates. So I want to ask you that only one person can log in from one time at one location. If I log in with another from another location with the same login, the first login location will be automatically log out. So I want to know that.
It's
So
happen
I
everywhere.
want
It's
to
not a normal thing. Even in banking application, if you cannot use same credential from two places, you will be automatically logged out.
actually Actually, I have only 2 years of experience, and it's the first domain of banking. So I have e-commerce. So I have experience of only e-commerce platform. So I want to know that how can we test that part? That is only one user from one location login with this email OTP. So how can we do the performance testing?
You bring real. You do not use only same credential. You bring multiple credentials and then do the login.
So how many users we can? I want to put the 1,000 users, but I don't
So
have
that many users,
I
you have to get it generated. That is only option.
okay. That is only one option that I want to. I have to create 1,000 users for it.
Yes. Then how if your application
And
can't support same login, then how you are going to do? And in reality, that is how you should also do the thing. Because in reality,
so,
same user doesn't log in, right? Different
mhm.
users log in. So that also test your database stuff, login stuff.
So without any
And
user
here
creation,
you
can we
have
do the
your
performance?
pardon.
So can we bypass out it? That means
What?
without creating 1,000 users, can I test it? Any other site, any other way?
Well, I'm sorry to interfere. Like, can't he create the users on the fly using a preprocessor in JMeter?
Yes, yes,
And
yes,
yeah, and delete it. Why should we create 10,000 users or 1,000 users in an Excel?
yes.
Man,
So it's very being
uh,
critical that creating 1,000 users at for
tell
same
me one
project.
thing. How you will create the users? At the end of the users details should be there in your database, application database. Very
Yes.
simple. We can see there is
He can
a.
call the
I'll
API,
tell you
right? He can call the
API
create
to
users
create the
API in the
users.
yes
So at the end of the day, you are going
in
to
the
create the
JMeter.
users. No? That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Either you
So we
create
can't do
on
that.
fly or he's saying that can't I use the same credential? So your application doesn't support, you cannot create. You have to create 1,000. Now whether you on the go, if you have that the link is there, you can create, right? Or you can get it manually created. Two ways are there.
So now, actually, my doubt is I do not want to create 1,000 users, but I want to test for 1,000 users.
I'm not saying 10,000. For how many number of user you want. If your application doesn't support same login credential uh, um, uh, getting logged in at same time, right? You have to have that many different users. That's it. Very simple. And
Okay.
it happens in
That
real
means
time
from
also. It happens in any banking application. You try, you log in at your bank, and then you same time you log in at another bank in same bank from another device. You will be logged out from one. Okay, so it's not
okay.
a big deal. And in real time. Uh, yeah, in real time, we should use the real user, different users also.
Okay. That means I have to create 100 users for testing 100 for the testing for the 100 peoples. Okay.
Yes, and for OTP part that I can do, you can ask your developer to make it fix like whatever OTP is going on email, let it go the same OTP, and you because you cannot read it from email, so you
No,
have to
I
just
have created
hard
the
code it
response.
that part.
No, no. I just write the code for the learning from the email for my personal
Uh,
for my personal account.
uh,
So
That
okay,
is fine.
no
For
problem.
one email you can do, then for that many email from where you'll bring that email also. That much email.
So
Huh?
it's getting critical. It's getting very
So that's why get
critical.
it fixed. Get that OTP part fixed, hard coded, like a fixed value. whatever it is.
No problem.
And the
So
easiest
that
thing
means
you have to get it.
we have to test that on only UAT environment and not on the production.
No test is done on production.
Yes, I have to do it on test
Or
environment.
you can ask them to give a dedicated PST environment.
Yes, and that can be some option. Okay. Thank you very much.
Hmm.
Hope I will learn more things from this course.
Hey, hi, VK.
Any other?
Yes, so
Yeah,
I have
please.
a question. So, in our organization, so people are discussing on serverless execution. So, will that be covered as part of this course? I'm new
Serverless
to the
execution.
performance. Yes,
I have to check what is this serverless execution.
sure.
Serverless what you said in your organization, what they are talking?
Like now we are using EC2 machine as load generator.
Uh,
In future, they are discussing to close and they're like use serverless execution. They're talking. So like auto scaling the
that is
load
where the
generator.
Docker comes, as I said, that in some time requirement that is Docker is what serverless
Okay.
stuff. So that is what I am also introducing first time. I'll see.
Okay.
Instead of using a dedicated LG, we put the things on Docker and then we run that. Okay. So for that,
Good.
Jenkins and this Docker image will be required. Dockers are required.
Okay.
Hey, hi, Vallabh sir. So I have a question. So before starting to this course, JMeter and all, is there any prerequisite required?
No, no.
Okay, okay.
So because of a small confusion, I mean, in continuation with the last question, any prior basic knowledge on Java is required, or is it fine
That
if it is
is
not there?
required. Not that coding knowledge is required. Okay. Later also you can learn Java.
Okay.
Mm. Any other query?
హలో సార్
Yes, tell me.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు మనకి కోడింగ్ అనేది ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది.
Pardon?
మీరు ఇందాక 20% నుంచి 30% ఉంటుంది. కోడింగ్ అనేది ఎక్కువ ఉంటుందా లేకపోతే అంటే నేను కామర్స్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ సార్ బీకామ్ వచ్చాను.
Commerce background.
అవును సార్.
You have to learn coding, man. Little bit. You
సో
want to switch
20
your
to
domain
30
in IT. For JMeter, see, for JMeter, that much is required. Core basic OOPS concept of any language like Java, right?
ఓకే.
Okay. Any other thing? Fine. So we are already done for today.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.